PSA Reloaded, man. It's your boy 3-Letter Man. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Y'all see where to follow your boy at. Hit the like button also. I appreciate that. Y'all see the title of this one, man. Let's talk about it, man. So, let's talk about the main event here at Fair One. No Fair Ones here in Entourage. Tay Rock's card. He's actually the main event. Tay Rock versus Real Deal. It was actually good to see Tay Rock and Real Deal do a face-off on Jay Black, champion. And that was actually good to see their back and forth and everything like that. Now, obviously, with a face-off with Tay Rock and Real Deal, you're not going to expect those brothers to really go crazy over each other. There's no animosity there. With a battle like this, they're just going to handle it in the ring, right? You're not going to see too much craziness. I mean, I know they've gone about the story about how the battle was built up, and Tay Rock looked around and was like, wow, I never had Real Deal on my list, even though he has battled guys from King of the Dot over there, right? Real Deal, for the most, and both these guys former Dot Mob members too. That's kind of wild, right? Real Deal, for the most part, man, he's on URL. He's always catch wreck. Even this is not URL, I get it. But I mean, just make sure I emphasize that. Snow Battle, Be Magic. He's done fairly well over there, son. We're talking about how many times this guy was the King of the Dot champion and stuff. I know he battled Doug Phenom on Trenches. So Real Deal been outside a little bit this year, so he been active and everything. Tay Rock coming up the battle with Cuban and stuff. You know, that was a solid battle. I had Tay Rock winning that battle, kind of clearly in my opinion. Shout out to my guy Cuban and everything. But Tay Rock won that battle clearly. But yeah, let's get into this, man, because we do know when we talk about guys who are good anglers in battle rap, we talk about the John Johns of the world, the T-Tops of the world. You know, Real Deal name gets mentioned in there sometimes also in those kind of conversations. I got to say, some of the angles that Real Deal took in this battle was okay to me. It was okay, right? But let's just get into this whole battle, man. Round one, Tay Rock, he talks about debuting on his own league, right? The Pinocchio line was okay. Chester PA, that was hard. That was dope, man. But and once again, Tay Rock's ad-libs and him giving us a definition of the lines that he's saying is hilarious to me, son. It is hilarious, man. Seal a Deal line was cool. Realized he in danger. Bay was all right. The Instagram real line was cool. Listen, Rock was name flipping heavy. A lot of name flips, real flips, deal flips. That was coming from Tay Rock. Trevor died before he finished his words. They were hitting, some of his flips were hitting in the first round, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you. Real Deal's first round, man. The Mummy Returns line was solid. Happy he's in your city talk. You know, the thing about it is he's in Real Deal trying to plant that seed like, okay, y'all gonna big up everything Tay Rock is saying because he's putting a battle in Philly, even though he's not from Philly, but he has Philly. Rock being Philly heavy from what I'm understanding and stuff like that. But being that he's the one this his league, right? And he brought the battle to Philly. Y'all are gonna quote unquote gas up every line he says. And I'm not saying Real Deal is wrong to an extent by thinking that way and feeling that way, you know. But the John Lennon line was fire. That was hard, man. The Rock and the Slingshot was cool. The Adam 22 smash in front of your chick was wild. Now listen, this is probably one of the most debatable rounds in my opinion and stuff like that. I had Tay Rock edging the first round. Some of y'all tell me Real Deal won the first round. I'm not mad at that, but I don't understand how some people acting like me saying that, and I understand why they say it towards the end of the battle, why I feel they said that. But I had Rock edging the first round. I'm not saying I didn't like some of the stuff Real Deal was saying, but Rock in these pockets and the flow and some of these lines, you know, they just hit harder to me. I thought he was more clever in some of the stuff he was saying compared to Real Deal, right? But that's not taking anything away from Real Deal at all. Tay Rock's second round now. This was the best round of the whole battle. Tay Rock's second round was the best round of the whole battle. If you're a new fan, you probably new to this, but Tay Rock has been known in his career, in his illustrious career, to have these second rounds where the haymakers are punching you dead in your face and dead in your chest. And he was in his bag in the second round. He was. The leopard zebra line was cool. Arm in his mouth. Left it in the freezer. Throw it out. Left it in the freezer. That was hard. 50% better when it's cheaper. Deal on the table. No negotiation line was hard. The deal flips I like, man. The drug deal in the school. That drug deal in the school zone line was hard by Tay Rock. That was a haymaker for me. That was definitely a haymaker for me in the second round by Tay Rock. He had a wrestling scheme also. He did have a wrestling scheme. But that drug deal in the school zone was hard. That was a hard line for me. Round two, Real Deal. Talking about Tay Rock, Mr. Almost fight and everything like that. Zone with Chess, the incident with Chess. The steak subs and Philly line was cool. And then he took Tay Rock's, body fighting. He went into that. Some of it was cool, but I thought it was OD after a while, Real Deal. Some of them was not hitting after a while, bruh. And it was almost like, son, you can't go too hard with this. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even say when Tay Rock did it, I was the biggest fan of it. I thought it was cool. You seen Tay Rock do it against when his lady was battling one female, and he jumped in there and do it. And he went viral. He went viral for it, right? So I don't know if Real Deal thought he was going to catch a viral moment. But, all right. You know what I mean? It was OD in my opinion, man. And I thought his round was kind of short also in the second round. I got Tay Rock winning the second round, 2-0, going into the third. Now, Rock's third round, it was all right. It was cool. Like cracker flips, crackers wine. We've heard when we battle white dudes, cracker talk like that. Like my fuse, cracker line, the dealership was all right. Deal ended up on a T, got dealt with. That was probably the hardest line by Tay Rock in that third round to me and stuff like that, man. The too many red flags line was cool. The money on the floor deal after was all right. So in order for me, it would be Tay Rock's second round was his best round to me. And then probably his first round, then his third. So I got his second round being his best, then number two be his first round, and the third round. And Real Deal could have made this interesting, though, because some people got Real Deal winning got Real Deal taking the first round. You know what I mean? And stumbled and then, retired his chain talk. And I thought Real Deal could have made this interesting by this third round. Because now if people think it's the first round, and Tay Rock's third round was slight, he could have gotten that third round if he came with a few better lines, but he didn't have one line better than the deal ended up in a T he got dealt with. He had no line in his third round better than that line at all. He just didn't. So I got Tay Rock with a 30, but that's the point I'm making, Real Deal. If some people got you winning the first round, you get that third round clear, we're talking about debatable battle. You dig what I'm saying? And Rock, I see you on 15 Minutes of Fame. And this is what I'm saying. People are going to be, some people are going to say Real Deal got that first round. Now, if you truly feel that way, fine. But we do live in an era where you saying Real Deal got 30. No, how can he get 30? The first round is debatable. So because it's debatable, they'll give him the first round. That's how some people do that. I'm not saying everyone does that. But some people do that a lot in the culture and everything like that. And Rock, you said this battle was a dog fight. Come on, my guy. This wasn't respectfully, I don't think it's a dog fight of a battle, son. I don't think it was a dog fight of a battle. But, okay. Now, let me talk about some other battles that was on this card, man. Cortez and City Towers. Yo, this is actually a good back and forth, my dude. I'm not going to hold you. We know Cortez fresh off the battle that he did on John's League. Was it Philly Easy battle, I believe it was, on there. And City Towers, who's been here for a long time. T-Top and City Towers on PGs, on URL, I rock with a heavy. But if you go look at City Towers' resume, Daylight, DNA, he got some names on his resume of people he's battled, son. You know what I'm saying? So I think I had Cortez winning this battle 2-1, Edge. But his battle was solid. It was solid. The one-round battle with JC and Caswell. Caswell is funny, though. The Jim's line, of course, was cool. Too many easy to block captain. I don't want to. That was just too much, man. But Caswell is funny. He had a lot of humor in some of his bars and stuff like that. Put it there, pal. Listen here, buddy. That was funny when he did that. You know, he talked about JC losing the surf battle, and then this is one of my battles. JC, Star Lee, Marvel at my creation, that was hard. The Georgetown Ewing Gold line was cool. The Poor Pest, wheel him out of this thing. The Kari Richardson line. You know what I'm saying? He won that battle. Then you got Snake and News and stuff like that. I got Snake Eyes winning this battle 2-1. Goes round one, Snake Eyes, the Golden Eye line. The Harlem ASAP, Riri pregnant line was cool. Never slapped a back bunny in life. I know that bothered you. That was funny. Shoeboxes in the mansion, trail, you know, that was cool. And then News, you know, Snakes on the Street, Bird, the Cobra Clutch line was all right. A lot of trap talk, bags and bodies. I don't have to contemplate. That was cool. I got Snake Eyes winning round one. Snake Eyes round two, no Entourage line. The Sunset Got Dark for News line was cool. The So Short License line was funny. You know what I mean? The ladder jokes was okay. You know? And one thing I noticed about Snake Eyes and Real Deal also, when they say a line doesn't hit though, they get a tad bit frustrated. A lot of battle rappers, that happens too, man. You gotta fight through it, man. The Jim's racist tweet, baby, by your dog, that was wild. You know? And I thought, and Snake Eyes third round was his lightest round. He went through a little memory lapse a little bit. And News' best round was that third round. So, you know, and then I had Doc beating Geechee and Beachy in that one round battle. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. It's your boy 3, man. You know?